Alright guys, welcome back to Central Hub Emporium. We do have a very special video today. We got the Brighton Rock Custom Strat build. We're basically going to be modifying like every part of this guitar just to make it better. To make it play better, to make it stay in tune, and to make it sound a lot better as well. We got some special electronic features. Those are all of the parts, by the way. Such as like a push-pull for series parallel, a push-pull for phase reversal, and we'll actually change out the regular treble tone control for the different pickups for like a universal like bass and treble control. We got a go-to hard bridge, hip shot, lock-in tuners. So it's gonna be a pretty awesome guitar build, and I hope you guys stay in tune for this one today. Oh, and we also have some new pickups. We got the Fender Yosemites. Alright guys, we're into the actual meat of the video now, and I just want to say the first thing we're going to be really diving into and checking out on this guitar, Brighton Rock Custom Super Mod. We're going to actually hold off like the really flashy changes like the pickup change and the new custom electronics wiring harness. We're going to be holding off on that until later in the video. So I think like the biggest thing that'll make an impact on my desire to pick this guitar up and like how much fun I actually have playing it, we'll be changing out the hardware. So as you can see here, especially the bridge, you know, the tuners, they have the cool hip shot buttons, but other than that, like, or the tulip buttons, they're like very cheapo die-cast tuners. They require like a decent amount of adjustment to keep the buttons from falling off and stuff, because they'll just wiggle themselves loose. So these are not actually my favorite, and really the bridge is just pathetic. Now when I first bought this guitar, I thought this is just what a Strat bridge is supposed to look like. I didn't actually realize it's supposed to look any different until I bought the aftermarket bridge and saw it in person. As you can see here, the saddles on this compared to the saddles on this, I mean, these saddles look a lot more substantial, so does the actual block itself. It just looks a lot cooler, a lot more aesthetically appealing, and the saddle should actually have a better tone coming off of them, given that they're more solid. So we take a look at these. It's just got this, like, especially when you're playing near the bridge, these saddles are just kind of pathetic. They got like this plinkety, just overall kind of pathetic sound to them. Like, it's just not enough metal or something, and it just feels like, it just feels pathetic. I don't know another way to describe it. But, yeah, I guess I'm gonna play through this for a little bit. Also, the tuning stability. The tuning stability isn't great. And that's versus like a Les Paul bridge. I was like, I might like the Les Paul better, because when you play something on here, I mean, that bridge is just so much more substantial. So like when you're playing stuff by the bridge, it just seems like it has more resonance and more sustain, and it just doesn't actually sound pathetic like these little plinky Strat saddles can sound. So this one has been a lot more fun for me for playing by the bridge, but I think we might actually see a change with that. We'll get a more substantial sound off the actual bigger saddles, and the bridge should look better, a lot better as well. We're also adding some hip shot locking tuners. I got those right here, and you'll get to see me install those. So we got the go-to hard bridge, tremolo unit. Looks a lot better. And then we got these hip shots. Here's one of the hip shots here. And it's a locking tuner, so that should make string changes a lot easier. It should help with tuning stability. I believe I actually do have some custom keys for this as well. I don't know. Yeah, I'm not really sure. I'm not sure where I put them, but I did get like some custom tuner buttons for this hip shot bad boy right here. But yeah, I think with no further, waffling on, we're just gonna get into the tuning stability test. So basically, I'm gonna play through 2 songs. I'm gonna make sure this is completely in tune first. The strings are pretty new, a few days ago, because I wanted to make sure. I played it for a couple of days, really got the strings stretched out nice and good before we did the tuning stability test. So I'll be testing that on this hardware. We're gonna be putting the new hardware on, and then we're gonna be testing it on the new hardware. And that's how we're gonna transition to the next part of the video. So I guess we're gonna get into that. So I'm not gonna show like the full transformation process because I don't think that's that interesting for the YouTube video. It won't be that fast either. It's like realistic bridge, but look, here's a new bridge. Here's the old bridge. I mean, this one is just like so light. This one is like maybe an eighth of a pound. Probably an eighth and a quarter. Not very heavy. This is like just so much heavier. That's solid steel right there. I can't wait to install this fucking thing. Alright guys, so I got one of the locking tuners here, and I noticed if I just spin this thing, here, let me look at how it spins. Let me see if my camera can focus. Dude, that is some fancy technology right there. I did not know this thing would be manufactured in such a way. And this was like 70 to 90 bucks somewhere around, so definitely worth it. E string's a little flat, A string's a little flat, D string's good, G string's good, B string is slightly flat. I don't know if I would call that flat or not. So yeah, I'd say pretty similar results to the last test. Honestly, it does sound kind of out of tune, but not as bad as I was expecting. Let's test it string by string here. Yeah, like half of the strings are like 10 cents off or something. It's not that big of a difference. If anything, it was like slightly more in tune, but that's not conclusive at all. And yeah, we got the guitar here. You're seeing it in all its glory. Post bridge transfer and tuner transfer. And check it out, we actually got some cool stuff to show you guys. I gotta get going in a second. I gotta go get ready. I'm going to somebody's house to jam out. Actually, I'm gonna bring this guitar. And like, if anything noteworthy happens, I'll be sure to let you guys know. If it's relevant, I'll include it in the video. But put the fucking bass guitar away, okay, man? Yeah. Yeah, so here are the locking tuners. We have them right here. As you can see, I kind of mismatched the tuner buttons, because I think it looks cool. So we got like this pattern going here of like the tulip button and then the regular one. So tulip, regular, tulip, tulip, regular, regular. It's a cool pattern. It's like a 1 0 1 1 0 0. And I actually mirrored this pattern on the bridge because the bridge mounting holes didn't line up. I was able to get the two middle ones in, but all four of the other holes, as you can maybe kind of see here, yeah, it doesn't line up with the holes. This is a vintage spec bridge, and these should be like vintage spec bridge mounting holes. So I was pretty sure of that. But what I was actually able to do is, when I was messing with the trim, it would like pull up unevenly with the bass side. So I like was able to drill a hole, even though it was kind of overlapping with a pre-existing hole right here. And that now it kind of pulls up evenly when I tug on it. It's not completely even, but it's good enough. And I kind of like that the tuner buttons are mismatched and we have the screws kind of mismatched. I think it's like give some character to the guitar build. So I'm actually happy with that. And as you can see, it's the same 1-0-1-1-0-0 pattern.